considered now.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing you got to take into accountability. Like for Florida, overall in Hardpoint, they were dead last over towards P2. No kills in favor of the Ravens. So now their task becomes a little bit more difficult, trying to push through ruins. You have one player in Nasty working his way through low water, but Davpadie's going to have his hands full. What can he try to hold down from this angle?
First half of this Hardpoint, it has been clean work so far for the Mutineers.
Yeah, Florida, they have the awareness. They know exactly where everyone's coming from, even though Davpadie is currently sitting at 5 and 10, double negative. It's the best start to a Hardpoint this squad has had so far all season. Great shots from Dave to at least find the final 20 seconds.
Season, maybe it's something in game, maybe it's something when it comes down to just rotational play, smart plays around the map. At least early on in this Hardpoint, Florida looks to be doing pretty well.
A lot easier, and that's what Florida have been able to do, controlling the better side of the map. But now with Davpadie being the only player towards the back of P2, there's 3 players from London ready to pounce on him. He at least finds the first, he spots the second.
Wisely, I like to back on up, allow for the... Or next, they just need to stay alive. And they could not find it. The Ravens.
P1 long enough to force the next Hardpoint.
And we fly in now for Fortress Leo, Florida. Back and forth we go, and now it's Scraps who's last alive.
Scraps now in a 1v, and it's leading to success. 4-3 now for Florida.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of like Florida being like, all right, well, until you break us on this.
Especially with the first blood as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Ravens are feeling the negativities of that. Last time around, it was London with the blind counter, and this time, well, Florida continues. He hops it, Nasty. Always playing for the dead. Silence, Paddy, the bad.
Props. But I think right there, if you're London, you want that round back, because once Nasty picks up the information of both players, pushes toward the street, Kyle Scraps, I'll just get that bomb down immediately. But he just wasted enough time, eventually gets picked off. Now Florida find themselves at game point. A whole lot of aggression from both teams outside of now it all falls into the hands of Nasty. Davpadie jumps his way in towards top bar, finds a second, but Nasty at least takes down one. 3v2, and just like that, it's all done and dusted. Havoc finds
Flawless on Fortress SD. They answer back, and tell you what, man, it didn't really feel like it was anything out of the ordinary.
Out of Florida, like I said,
and go out fighting. It seems
by taking one player down towards his bedroom position.
See if he's able to do it. The rest of the members of Florida have made their way through the back of a bit of time, and there you go. A quick 3. Cool, calm, and coordinated. Everybody jumps into the point. I don't even know if they lost a single player.
Pre-aiming towards the final 2 cuts. Is they able to force a round number 5? London on the attack. So far, they've had success at B. That's the way they want to start off this round. And first Holy Blood going to ace him, but already Dolphin diving out of top bedroom. It's all going to be on Davpadie with the pressure on him.
Scraps just screams as he flies in toward the couches. And Dave trying to get acclimated. Comfortable. Great work. Cuts down Matty Marshall. And with that, it's a bit of a stagnant push here for the Ravens. They've also lost their one player who was hanging out over at A and Asim. He's at least able to take down one. So little by little, the Ravens trying to take back this map control. They've got bodies on really both sides of the map now.
Yeah, they know that Davpadie's still in this position towards top desk. You have a couple players from Florida watching that mid cross. Davpadie, it's your time to strike. At least able to take down one. Now the pitch is going to be last one. They
are able to sneak it away in a round 5 and now finds themselves up 2-1 in this series.
In the majority of these hills, we know how impactful that P3 and that P4 can be if you were reading the spawns correctly.
Oh, Mr. Paddington has had a solid series so far. The opening Hardpoint, maybe not amazing, but performance give Florida the W. One more map to close out this series. London Royal Ravens fighting for at least a map number 5. The battle for Hotel oftentimes is going to be in the middle right side. Yeah, I mean, that is, like you said.
Did not win the gunfight onto Nasty. That's Nasty.
What's you on D2. Long desk. That's on new. Nasty's on D. I'm going to go to the desk. I want to watch. They're going to probably hit over.
And the Hardpoint nightmare continues for the Mutineers.
They were winning a majority of their gunfights, and when you're winning your gunfights, that means you're winning a majority of these rotations.
Equal, great work to walk away with the early 2. And thankfully for the Ravens, Scraps is at least able to drop 1. Trying to make things a little bit easier as now we enter into 30 seconds left.
And now it's a 2v3 in London. Absolutely nothing. 2v1, all left up to Davpadie.
I've got nothing but respect for Major Maniac, but I just feels like with the pistol out, you know they're coming toward you. Misses those shots, and now it puts David Paddington into a 1v2. Does he have what it takes? Careful as ever. Dead silence is popped. However, it's beginning to run on out. Has to find the first just to make things a little bit easier. Does he spot the one toward the parking lot? Yes, he does. How about the movement, by the way? Out of Davpadie.
It's one shot. Let's go for the chow. Now it's all left up to Davpadie. Once again, another clutch in a 1v4 this time around, though.
Hey, you know, at least finds one. There is that. 30 seconds to work with. Yeah, the problem is the fact that bomb's in the middle of nowhere. You know, 20 seconds on the clock. Davpadie, so they can back up, and they know exactly where the attack is coming from. Dave toward the top. Scraps is weak, but he's not dead just yet. Cannot close out that victory. Dave serious. Comes away with 3. He says, you know what? When I finally got teammates on the map, we can clutch out these rounds. And they do exactly that. Hey, I'm collected, Jay. Little smirk there at a Paddy. Great round. And welcome back, by the way, brother. Oh, there for Vehicle on one side of the map and for Havoc. Let's see this again.
Oh, the
trophy.
It wasn't fully planted.
Happens. Well, there it is. Do our best. Nothing is given. All right, that was like the tagline a few years ago. Nothing is given. Something like that. Regardless, round 5 we go. London back on the attack, and well, utility is tossed. Thankfully, nobody, at least as of yet, still early in the round, has dropped because of a trophy. See if that looks to change. Is once again all eyes on Davpadie to find a pick.
Yeah, London are just slowing this one down. They know on the
London Royal Ravens, another loss as they will close out their major 2 qualifiers 1 and 4.
ends the search and destroy at 7 and 4, but Havoc was the guy that just took over.